Belvoir. Hi, welcome to the Spiritual Speakeasy, where the bar's always open and all spirits are always served. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We have already done a walkabout at Belvoir Winery. That's without wine. And we did that in the dark, and that was exciting. So we're going to talk about some things going on, and we probably will do some lives off and on sporadically. But here with me is Brandi Totta and her daughter Bella Luna, and Chris Couch is here too. He's watching cat videos in the corner. So we just kind of wanted to sit here and tell you all what we've experienced so far. We got here at what time? 3, 4?
About 4.
Walked around. The rooms are really nice here, so check in and rent yourself a room. The wine is very good here. We had some wine. We've had a lot of food. We did bring our own food. And then we walked around. We walked around on the inside. So, Bella, you want to tell us what you found on the inside?
So on the inside, there was a few different other things. I've been here multiple times before, so I already kind of have a good grasp on the spirit here or the history. But we walked around. There were some different odd vibes around the winery itself. There was like a room with a bunch of tables and chairs that had interesting, and then there was a big empty ballroom area on the second floor that was interesting, and then we've also seen on the third floor feet under a door to a room, and then we've had lots of random noises and footsteps.
A lot of watchers. A lot of watchers. The vibe changes drastically here from daytime to nighttime. Very, very big change. I'm leaning in to read the comments. Hello, Julie. Hi, everybody. That's Greg. Hi, y'all. Kimmy Corpse. Hey, Brandon. Greg says, hi, Brandi, young lady, and Chris. Everybody's saying hi to each other now. So then, you got to get through that social stuff with everybody saying hi. The vibe is definitely different in the daytime.
Yeah, it changes.
Oh, yeah.
It changes. You don't realize that there's a field, a border, a restriction that's been put up, I would say, around the place.
Mm-hmm.
And there are the dead that are kind of locked into deadness. I would say they're like zombies. They're out there and they just are unaware of what's going on. They're unaware there's hundreds of them. And they stand at the area of the property line and they don't cross into the area. They don't leave the woods. They don't leave that area. That's my take. What's your take?
I completely agree with that. It's a lot of just zombie-like is a very good way to describe it, in my opinion. It's very like out of it and just almost like shells just out there standing watching us from outside the building. They just keep staring up into the windows and watching us, seeing what we're doing, and just completely out of it in a daze.
We did get a good video of orbs. I know a lot of people don't believe in orbs. They don't see that as being something that is actual paranormal proof, and a lot of people poo-poo the whole orb phenomena. We went to the Oddfellows Cemetery and did a track there. Unfortunately, my microphone did not pick up anything, but that was a very intriguing experience, and I did have very, very good Class A communication with some spirits there, and a lot of orbs. And then we went to the woods area and had just orbs. There was one tree and the orbs, just hundreds of orbs just kept coming. And we will post that video I'll post that on the Speakeasy later when I have time to edit it and things like that. But it was very interesting. Look for something with red roses. Hang on, I got to get closer to the screen.
Look for something white with red roses on it.
Are we looking, Brandon, are we looking outside or inside for that, or does it matter? It was interesting. I did get some messages from the Odd Fellows, like life is really good afterwards. And then I had a woman join in and say, if it's closed casketed, which I thought was very strange. Breathe, just keep breathing. Got a lot of very interesting Odd Fellow comments. The zombies, they're shells. They are shells. They just sit around and they wait. It's a whole thing. Like they're just waiting for people. I feel like to interact, but then you get there and they'll show you their light. They'll show themselves to you, but you don't. There hasn't been any intelligent interaction. I don't feel like it's residual. I feel like it's there, and I think it's present and it's active. I'm just not sure that there's the knowledge over time or disintegration or medication or spell work that something has been removed there. What's your take, name? Who's sitting off in the corner? You're gonna talk. What's your take?
I was just looking at the clock behind you.
What's your take?
About what?
I tuned out completely about the zombies and the things like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is an old place. It's holding a lot of energy. A lot of energy.
You commented on the wood,
The wood,
like
yeah.
the wood and the original flooring and absorbing it.
Yeah, yeah. There's just the whole place is just full of layers. We talk about layers upon layers upon layers of time.
Yeah.
He says that's all he got. He doesn't know. Brandon says like a bed sheet or something. So something probably inside covering up something that's white with red roses. Okay,
We'll watch
we will
that.
look for that. We will definitely look for that. Yeah,
White bedding with red roses.
white. Yeah, like a white cover or something with red roses. I don't know. What else? What are we doing tonight? We're gonna go talk to George. I mean, you can't be here without talking to George. We're gonna talk to George.
George's room has a vibe.
Yeah, George's room definitely has a vibe here.
And then just do a tour and see what spaces call to us.
Yeah, we have not done. Katie Stafford, Supernatural Inc., sponsor of and owner of this podcast. Great MCOM system. We have been using the MCOM all night.
And today at the battlefield.
And today at the battlefield, and it's absolutely amazing. So you need to get yourself one of those. You can go to Supernatural Inc. Technologies, and you can buy that.
Chairs for
Do they have?
those chairs on the four sides have you sat in the chairs? There's a lot of chairs here.
Yeah.
We have a lot of chairs.
Yeah.
A lot of chairs. We're sitting in the benches and chairs now, but these aren't old chairs. This is all like remodeled furniture, but it's not time period correct.
But there might be some in some of the rooms.
There could be.
There's a lot of sitting spaces.
Yeah. No artwork. Very, I shouldn't say that. In the main area of the winery, they have a lot of pictures, a lot of old photos of the Oddfellows and some of the kids and some of the people. But in these areas, a lot of mirrors. So I'm curious for the paranormal people, because I know what it means to me in my world. And Bella had an idea too. But when you come off the elevators and you come out of doors, you're greeted with mirrors. And to me, mirrors have always been to bind things and hold things in. So you're coming on and off the elevators at the exits and entrances, and there's mirrors, so that, like, to me, that keeps things from leaving the place and going right out the door.
It's the placement of them and how they're tilted and where they're at exactly. That
Yeah.
makes you think that, yeah.
So you come out the basement after 6 p.m. and that's the only entryway for those of us that are staying. And there's a mirror right there tilted at the elevator, which to me keeps the energy, like it goes right back into the elevator. So things are bound to this place. And I'm not sure why. I find that intriguing. You can yell at the camera, it's okay.
See if they're at open doorways. See if all the mirrors are set at open doorways or how they're set.
Yeah, we'll
It's
have to
really,
take-
yeah. And some of the weirder spaces seem to have doors that go this way and that way. And there's like a space in there
Mm-hmm.
where it's almost like there's two, like a flow, like a circular flow of coming in and out of those doors. That's kind of strange.
Hi, Barbara. Yeah, so you don't know if it's circular or square. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
Yeah. Brandon will understand that comment. Where the officials would sit almost king chairs in the ceremony, and do they have a coffin and corpse?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
the-
There is George. George is the corpse, and no, that's not set in a ceremonial area. And nothing is set up as it would, I would assume from pictures, that would be set up in a Masonic lodge.
The masks were cool though. And the
They do have some
ceremonial-
masks. They have ceremonial masks, but they're all under,
A glass case.
yeah, a glass case. So nothing is set up ceremonial, I'm assuming,
that we know of.
that we know of. That we know of. I mean, I can only go by pictures of things. Questions? Anybody have any questions? So we haven't got out dowsing rods. The MCOM is the only, well, you've used some spirit boxes.
Yeah.
That's,
We really haven't gotten that much equipment yet.
no, we haven't got out of our equipment yet. Actually, we kind of forgot this was starting at 9, and Miss Katie was like, "It's 9. Are you going on?" And we're like, "Oh shit!" So let's hurry up and get down here. And we were snacking because the food is we brought food, and food is important to keep your energy up, and it's good food too. And so, and I said the wine is good here. Like, it's worth coming and buying a bottle of wine, and you get a free tasting if you buy a bottle of wine afterwards, and that's really good. And they have good mixed drinks. And
And you can walk around the property.
yeah, you
Check
can walk
it
around
out.
the
You don't have to
property.
stay here.
No, so you can go to every building that is here. You cannot go inside any building except for the one we're in. That's the rules now. Everything is kind of deteriorated.
Did you hear that?
Mhm.
Deteriorated, and you cannot go into the other buildings. Not that you would want to go into the other buildings because they're in such disrepair that you would fall through or something would hit you.
We've actually been in the buildings and they are in very, very bad shape.
Yeah.
And that was a while back.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I investigated at Old Fellows Lodge by DeKalb. Okay. Yeah, they've redone this. So the building, Greg, that we're in is actually, they converted it into a winery. It is not the same wall structure on the inside that it was before. Some of the rooms are the same. I think the woodwork, they said a lot of the woodwork they kept. The trim, the
Flooring.
moldings, the doors, the flooring, things like that. But it's not set up like they've taken the bedrooms or the dormitories or the offices or whatever they were, and they've expanded them into hotel-sized rooms, if not bigger. They still have the slanted ceilings because I've hit my head on them 3 times.
That wasn't the wine.
That was not the wine. That was just hand-eye coordination and bending down. But nothing is set up in this building. There might be stained glass, and they might have the lamps and the things like that. But I would say nothing remained. They've got a piano here or an organ.
Couple of them.
Mhm.
So they've got some things here that are old pieces that I'm sure belonged there, but the structure is not the same. And we've been told that they removed tubs and plumbing and everything from all the other buildings. So they're gutting the other buildings. And I'm not sure what's going on with that. Oddfellow lodges always face east. That's from Miss Katie, the Supernatural Link. Huh, they always face east. Well, that's very interesting.
Beautiful grounds.
Yes.
Mhm.
It is a beautiful walkabout. It is absolutely beautiful to spend time here and look and to walk the property. And like I said, you can grab a bottle of wine in a glass, and you're welcome to go all over in the daytime.
And there's still 4 buildings here. You're better at this than I am.
So, like down the line of the buildings, it's this one which is now the winery that used to be the orphanage, and then a nursing home, old folks home, and hospital, which are all standing, but you can't go in those 3 because they are condemned now because of the shape they're in.
Yeah, and you can see that, like, you're allowed to walk up to the doorways, and you can walk up to the windows, and there's fragments of glass, and it's in disarray. And they have had there are people that sneak in there and do bad things. two other people into themselves. And so you don't want to, this is not the kind of place that you want to urban excursion and jump into the buildings at night. Totally respect the property, and it's just not a good idea, because if you see that all the stuff that's hanging down in the beams and the metal and the holes in the floor and the holes in the roof, it is not safe, especially at night. And there's a lot of trash pandas and things walking around. So,
Glowing
I mean, if a homeless person doesn't get you a trash panda bite, and I'm not sure which is really worse. Hi, Juanita. So, welcome. We're just talking about Belvoir Winery, and
It's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight,
yes,
because this was so many different things. What's going to come out
right.
in different places.
Well, they had posted that there was a guest a week ago
Yeah,
that had gotten
during the storm.
he was sleeping in room 7 and he got grabbed and pulled in his bed, but he stayed. He did not run, and that's really cool. Super cool for him. Shout out for his experience in staying.
And I think there's someone in that room tonight.
Yeah, we're kind of full. Like, I mean, there's like 5 rooms or 6 rooms
5 out of the 9.
that have people in them. So we are not alone in this adventure. We have run into someone else with a camera and tripod, but they were walking to their room, so I don't know if they were doing a podcast or what they were doing.
They allow a lot of people to come here and take pictures too, for like graduation, prom, that kind of stuff. So let's see her shirt.
Let's see her shirt. We're showing off shirts. I am camera impaired here. Which way do I turn? This way. Raven's Eye Paranormal. It's got the crow in the middle. You're going to have to get down and show your shirt too. Stop it.
Sure.
No, it isn't.
Oh, you have your
No, you got your
spiritual
jacket on.
speakeasy.
I can't do this. How do I do this? I
Turn
can't.
your face to camera.
No, the back. Like, I was stupid button the camera. I'm gonna be sticking.
This is how our ghost stuff goes.
This is what stuff happens when we go to it.
I have a great Raven's Eye Paranormal shirt made by Miss Katie Stafford. It's awesome. You're gonna have to show the Spiritual Speakeasy shirts. We're podcasting merchandise here.
Which I,
Yeah. Oh, you can't. Yeah.
that's better.
See, we got the girl on it, and then we got a great patch on the front. So we have merch of all kinds going on. And Bella and Bella Luna has her merch too. You're gonna get her little Boo Ghost shirt.
With her cat.
Yes, the ghost kitty and
Oh, let's see the
flowers.
little ghost kitty. Oh, yeah, with your pendant. Yes, she got a little ghost kitty and flowers.
Yep.
So this is like merch. We're merching here, and we're sponsoring here. You need the
That
MCOM.
has been really great all day though. We've gotten some really cool stuff on there.
It has really been super good. The pickup has been amazing. I used the antenna, and that was really loud. Like, it really picks up good. Took the antenna back off because it was really forceful, which is a good thing. You want something like that, but it's clear, and we've had good results with that. Good conversations. So you need to get yourself an MCOM. Cute, love it. We love it too. Hi, Kira. I'm trying to look through this. We've got the thing way too far away. Good to hear. Thank you for show the MCOM. Yeah, we really like that.
So we took it to Lone Jack Battlefield today,
Oh, that was good.
and we got a lot of stuff with it. And then we're here tonight with it, and then tomorrow we're going to the Warnell House, which was a Civil War hospital here in Kansas City. Try it again, see what we get.
We had some really interesting things. Bella was doing Estes method on the floor, and she had her camera and of course her headset. I had this running in front of her, midway through the across the width of the building, and I was just kind of videotaping around and carrying on a side conversation and kind of throwing questions at Bella when I walked by. And at one point, I can't even remember. I'd have to go back on the audio video and see what I asked. But I asked a question, and Bella said, "Yep," and my MCOM said, "Yep, yep," and it was a female. And that happened 3 or 4 times at the interactions where they were answering. Bella was answering the same answer as the MCOM at the same time, if not a minute before.
While she was doing the Estes.
While she was doing the Estes with stuff going in her headset. So that was really cool, and we got that on video too. Beautiful. I wonder where mine is. I bought mine, Greg. Juanita's in Missouri. Juanita, where are you from in Missouri? I'm from Jefferson City, as is Chris, obviously, because he's my husband. And
We're close to Lone Jack.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, your package is coming. It's late. She got you covered. She got you covered. Web City by Joplin. Very cool. I know where Joplin is. There's very few places I know where they are.
Down
But
in the corner.
I know where Joplin is. So, does anybody have any specifics other than Brandon that wants us to check out, look around for the red roses?
Has anyone ever been here before, I wonder?
Rebecca, hey. Hi, everybody. Yeah, have any of you guys been up here before? Do you have any specialty things that we should look for, things that we need to see? Juanita's new. Well, welcome. Teresa. Hi, Teresa. Belvoir's your favorite. Okay, so give us some details. What do we need to
Oh, I know
look for?
Teresa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Teresa.
So yeah, if it's your favorite, tell us where we need to go.
When we were here before, we were with a large group,
Mhm. And then,
not just individual, like this little group that we're with today. So it's a lot different this time around than it was before.
well, the first time we came was a big group paranormal investigation, and then the second time we came was a daytime sip and shop. So it was busy and people were just shopping. So
Which that's when you got the
it's
kids
different.
with them.
Which brings a whole different energy.
Mhm.
I mean, that does it. You know, when you have public coming into vend and it's not a investigation type of, but even investigations when people are running around and doing crazy stuff and
Mhm.
they've been drinking and it's at a winery and people aren't very respectful.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing.
I also think that this place doesn't have to be a nighttime investigation.
Mhm.
I think this place is busy all the time. West side of the building, there is sitting area, main floor.
Okay, so if it faces east, that's the front door to that direction, right?
Mhm.
We are west in a sitting room right now with an organ.
Has a big deer clock on the wall.
Has a big, yeah, let me. Hang on. There's a way to do this. Don't hit that button. We're just gonna do this. I'm
Our
gonna.
tech guy's looking at kitty videos.
He's not. So there's the clock. And there's the room. And I'm gonna come around to my husband and tech guy. Maybe, no, where did you go? There. He's sitting watching kitty videos. Because that's what we do. There's the organ. I don't know how to flip screens on this. Sorry, guys. Mirror. Settee. And then the door, which if I went out would be going west. So, no, east. So the organ would be placed at west.
Yeah.
Beautiful forest clock, sorry. We used to go to the outbuildings, the downstairs party room is active. Meaning the winery. Can't say much here. My historical society helps take care of Belvoir. Hi, Becky. That may be a little crooked. Sorry. We're making do. We're making do. So yeah, we would be in one of the east sitting rooms.
West sitting.
West sitting rooms. The door faces east. We're in the west sitting room. One of them. When you say party room, though, I'm curious. Is party room the winery room?
Or one of the rooms that you can rent out.
Or yeah, because
Yeah,
that's
We
further
did
down the
get,
hall.
yeah, we did get a feeling in one of those rooms.
Mhm.
And you had things happen in one of the ballrooms
Yeah.
on your
before.
first with your rods.
So, like I said, we have not gotten any equipment out yet, and so we will probably do some lives on Facebook or do some stuff. Come on, if we tap into something. Let's see what she said. The one with the piano.
Okay. The party room with the
Yeah.
piano. That's where Bella got the boy and the man.
Okay.
That's down at the end of the hall.
When he
Yeah.
played the piano down there.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go down there and check that one out. Thank you. Yeah, any other? Katie says she's 15 minutes up the road.
Time to come by.
Well, Katie, come on down. Shit.
We've got wine and food.
We got wine and food. Come down and hang with us. We have your all's reverse play box. We have your OG. We've got your ink box, the large ink box. We're going to be bringing some of that out tonight. Like I said, we're just getting started. Like we wanted to do the outside before my knee went out and before it, just so we could get a feel for it. And
It's very dark.
It's
Yeah.
very dark out there tonight.
it is pitch black.
What's nice too is when you stay here, you get free run of this building.
We are staying in the bridal suite.
Yeah. Did somebody say something about the bridal suite?
The bridal
It's
suite is
very
active.
Great.
You did.
You can't
Oh,
too,
great.
Katie.
No, don't say that.
You can too, Katie. There's no reason. You can come out here. You're what, 15 minutes? Get in the car and come out.
So room 7 is supposed to be really busy.
Mm-hmm.
You
We're
have
in room 4.
and we have the bridal suite.
Yeah,
So we
we're
have,
right next door to the
To-
bridal
yes.
suite. 2 and 3 are across the hall from us. So we're next door to each other. They get to listen to me snore. Sweet, not, oh, she spelled sweet wrong. The bride, yeah. So, yeah.
we had thumping in there earlier.
There was thumping. Closer to, I just heard, close to the speaker. We have nobody next to the speaker. I have an amazing lodge book with minutes written from 1876.
Mm-hmm.
That would be something.
That's going back a few.
That is going back a few.
That's older than this place.
Yeah, it's a neat place. I mean, I would definitely come check it out. I'm really looking forward to things tonight popping.
I feel like everything needs to settle first, and then it's going to start.
Yeah.
Like everybody goes to their rooms and.
Yeah, there's still people walking around. I mean,
Yeah.
it closed at 6. It's Sunday night. What'd she say?
Tell Bella I literally
Love
loved her candle. I bought it from her yesterday. It's amazing.
That
Thank you.
was a fun fair.
Yeah, that was a fun fair yesterday.
Come out and see us at the fairs and support Bella Luna and support, the broom closet and
Yeah,
spiritual
support Bella
speakeasy.
Luna because that's what pays for this.
Bella Luna.
She has to pay her way to be a ghost investigator.
This is not a cheap field,
No,
guys.
it's not.
Sorry. Some of us have to make it really late tonight. It's not a
gonna be
cheap.
you.
Huh?
It's not gonna be
It's
you.
not gonna be me.
It'll be Bella running the halls by herself.
Yeah.
We'll be like, what was
What is
that?
that
We'll open
sound?
the door, there's Bella.
It's Bella. She's running all around. No, it's not a cheap field, and we all need to support each other. And I've made it pretty clear on my shows that we all need to support each other. There's enough money and there's enough energy for everybody. There's enough spirits for everybody, certainly. There's no reason why we can't support each other and be kind and help each other. And that's like tonight. Bella has some really great gifts, and I feel like I've been blessed with some really cool shit too. And we put the two of us together, and amazing things happen. And
It is pretty cool.
we've got the support of her mom and my husband, and even though he's watching Kathy,
No, not.
no, he's not. He's actually watching us and boosting our numbers.
But he
But
hauled all of our stuff and drove us around in the dark.
yes, he has been everything from the chauffeur and equipment carrier and carrier of luggage and
Whiskey fetcher at the
whiskey fetcher.
battlefield.
That was okay. So that's an interesting story.
That was a neat
We
story.
were at the
Lone
Jack
Jack Battlefield.
Battlefield at
At
the
the-
Cave Hotel.
Yeah, the Cave Hotel.
and I picked up a gentleman and he said hello. Well, there was actually a woman in there. She was quite feisty. I think she
She
followed
followed
us
us.
from the museum.
Yeah.
And she was a spicy redhead lady of the evening, amongst other things, pickpocket, thief.
But she was innocent.
She was innocent.
She only did it
maintained her
twice.
innocence. Yeah, she only did it twice. And she was hanging around, but we didn't get any EVPs. She didn't talk to us. But a gentleman came through and said hello. And I was actually asking the lady how much she would
Yeah.
charge for a half an hour of her time. And he came through and he informed me that
$14.
he wanted $14 for a half an hour, but wouldn't tell me what it was. And I said, well, do you want some whiskey? And he agreed that he wanted some whiskey. And he said some kind of whiskey, but I don't know what it was. It's nothing from this time period. And I said, well, wait a minute. We had some barbecue whiskey. We had some curveball barbecue whiskey in the car. And so Chris ran across the parking lot and got that. And I asked him if he wanted a shot. I said I was going to have a shot. And he said, me too. And then he kept asking where Chris was, like, yeah, is it going to be you and me? And then he's like, is he coming back? Is he coming back? And so he arrived, and then he shut down. There was no more interaction. So that was kind of sad because I didn't know what I was going to get for my $14, and he didn't have a shot of whiskey with me. The mel meter did go up a couple times when I asked him to step into the area. We had cigars and whiskey as trigger objects. It did go up, but we did not get a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're from this area, I'm sorry, the Lone Jack, it's all like nonprofit kind of. They only charge you like $7 to get in the museum.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's really neat. They let us go in there for as long as we wanted today and explore. And it is haunted. I used to volunteer there and had a lot of experiences. It's kind of a cool place, and it's not far.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a cemetery on the grounds and
Yeah, it's
the
really
Cape
neat.
Hotel and
Yeah, we
a
went
lot
and
of
visited
artifacts.
all those.
Yeah, and then during the time when we got out the whiskey and stuff, we did our countdown to end it, and we were about to pack up. And then over the meter thing, he says, "Where's my something along the lines of Where's my money?"
Yeah, that was funny too.
Yeah.
And we were in the museum, and I said I got to the count of 3, and I think it came over Bella, and she goes 3, 2, 1, yeah.
that lady.
Yeah.
She was spicy. She was counting. Teresa says, "Don't go outside at night by yourself. There's some
Yes.
strange people that wander around. There's some strange spirits that are out there too. We're not.
Life and not so alive.
Yeah. So, oh gosh, we got to make it hours more. Yeah, it's some of you guys missed that part of the conversation. It's like The Walking Dead out there, past the property line. There's a lot of shells of humans that are no longer living in the land of the dead. I don't know what they are. I've not seen.
I don't think they know what they are.
I don't think they know what they are, and I don't know if it's because I don't believe it's so much time has passed, because I've communicated with things that are way older. I don't know if it was the state of mind they were in. I don't know if it's something somebody did to them. I don't know if it was a boundary or something. I don't know if they're coming through a portal. I don't know those things. I don't have those answers. But I do know that it's a very dark presence, not an evil presence. I have to specify that for those of you guys that think everything's demons. It's not demonic. It's not that kind of dark. It's just the kind that would drain all your energy. And I think they're looking to find themselves, maybe. And they might use your energy to try to find themselves.
We got a strange word. I'm trying to remember what it was that we got out there that was odd at that time. Let's see if I can find it. That kind of makes sense.
Well, yeah, it was very strange.
Consciousness.
Yes, the word consciousness came. And
Like they don't know where they are.
I don't feel like they do. And I feel like something's been put on the property line to keep them from coming in. That's my own personal opinion. That's not substantiated. I'm not saying any person, group, paranormal group, building owner group, anyone did that. I'm just saying that's what I feel. And that could be from wartime. It could be before the buildings were built. It could be a Native American thing. I mean, there's so many possibilities for boundaries. So not saying it's one group or another group that put those boundaries there. Although I have suspicions. That's all I can say. Your take. Talk.
Well, I do agree with that. There's something odd going around with the outside.
It feels different
Of
this
building.
time than when we were here.
Yes,
before.
it does feel very different this time than before. I don't know if it's just because we're alone and not in a big group or what, but there's a lot going on. Right before, like at dusk, we walked around at all 3 of the buildings, and then we went to the cemetery out back, which we did some spirit box sessions. We mainly just got the feel of everything, and we think we're gonna go back during the day tomorrow. And then we went back into the woods by the parking lot over there, and we did get some stuff. We got the orb footage and other stuff we need to go find out and investigate. So
Yeah. Yep, so Facebook will probably be, all of us will probably be popping
Yeah.
in live on Facebook. I'm sure Bella will on her channel. I will on my Spiritual Speakeasy channel with Chris, and we probably all will together. The night is just starting for us, and I'm yawning already. It was crazy. Caffeination. Caffeination. So I can't read that. So my mama passed. So since my mama passed, can I get a message? I do not do that, Juanita. I do not do readings on my lives for my Supernatural Speakeasy or Spiritual Speakeasy Supernatural Inc. If you want to contact your mom, you can DM me personally, Julie Couch, and we can talk, but I don't do that on my lives. It's a whole thing for me because I'm in a place that is foreign to me and I don't open up in that regard and do readings for people in places like this. But I appreciate you asking, and it's a very valid question. And I'm more than willing to share with you in a place where I'm comfortable sharing that information. I don't like to cross my spirit pools.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm in a place that's full of different types of spirits, and to bring a family member into that, no, I don't want to do that for you. That's disrespectful for you.
And there is, like we were talking about the onion thing.
Mm.
You know, there's an old folks home, there's a hospital, this was an orphanage.
Mhm.
There's a lot of different things here from a lot of different times.
yeah, it's deep history.
Yeah.
It has a very deep history, and that's the history we know that went on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you look at the land, Chris brought up the fact that there's like stuff that's been thrown out there over the years, like, I don't know what you call it, landfills of stuff. So is that landfills from the different eras that these things took place in, and people were discarding things? Would there be an Oddfellows home and a place for people who were poverty stricken and paupers, basically? Who took their stuff? What happened to their stuff when they were gone? Did they throw it out into the field? What did they do with it back then? So there's a lot of different layers of things here that are.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a busy night.
Greg says you all are awesome. Thanks, I really enjoyed it. Sorry for missing Bella Luna's name. You're okay. Mormons were there, huh?
Oh, that's interesting.
So when
too.
were the Mormons, Katie? Give us some information on that. When were the Mormons here?
Yeah, that would make sense.
And when did they take place? What part did they take place in? Or what, did that make sense? What part did they take place in? That wasn't articulated.
What was their part?
What was their part in this place? There we go.
The land before,
The land. Yeah.
probably,
Mm-hmm.
when traveling
Settlers.
out. Yeah.
So they settled before all this was built.
Yeah, they talked about battles up north.
Fighting. Yeah.
Nope, you're right about that. The Mormon massacre and all
The
that.
founder was in prison there in Liberty for 5 years, Joseph Smith.
Oh, that's interesting. I should have known that.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
So
There's
that
a lot of history here in Liberty.
so
just
that
in
opens
Liberty
up some
alone.
interesting things too.
Well, this was the gateway to the west.
This and independence and
Mhm.
all of that right there.
Wow. Oh, she says sorry, I lost sound. Well, that's interesting. I mean, that like brings a whole new perspective to a lot of things. So there's another layer right there of things as well. And so, this is the area of.
You know, a lot of that though was unwritten, so you'll never know.
But if there was a massacre that did take place in this area or close by, you're bringing that energy to the land as well. So then you don't know whether those people, things that are out there are from which layer of the onion.
Yeah.
You have no idea,
Or multiple,
or multiple.
because it almost feels like it's, I don't know about you, but when it got dark and I would look out the windows, it almost felt like it was just like moving
It moves in.
moving in, like
Mhm.
moving closer.
It's like a
and little
fog.
Closer. Yeah,
It's
it is
like the
a fog.
fog. It's real
Yeah.
thick
Yeah.
and it's dense energy and it's coming closer and closer and closer and closer,
And then it has to stop.
and then it'll stop, and then by morning it'll reside and you won't see it or feel it again. I've never been. The battlefields had a thickness to it. This is a different kind of thickness.
Mhm.
This is I think it's a different thickness. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be oppressive to me.
No, it doesn't seem to be like a terribly frightening kind of place. Or in fact, during the day, it had a really good feel. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
shifted.
happy
It
and,
shifted
Mhm.
as the sun went down.
mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I would be scared to go out in. I mean, I feel like we could go out full. First of all, I had a knee replacement in December, so I'm not walking. There's a lot of like gopher, mole trails, and the land is squishy. And I'm not gonna like walk through that in the dark and take a chance on, breaking a knee that I just got put in. That would be stupid. So you have to be smart. I also don't want to be completely drained trying to contact things that are not maybe able at this point to communicate. That's very draining. And so why would I put myself through that? I mean, we can do that. We can go out and we can record. We can also do that in the daytime where I can see what I'm doing and not take a chance on that. And Bella's young. We could send her out by herself. But, what's the fun in that? Because then she's going to keep us up at night telling us stories of everything she saw.
I have lots of late nights when we do this.
Yeah, we'll be up late tonight. We will persevere and definitely bring you some good stuff, I promise. Oh, Katie just got the sound back. What the hell? She says, Sue Indens
Yeah.
and the 1823 trail is there, and yes, a Mormon fight.
We did talk about Native American stuff earlier.
Yeah,
I
we
did.
were thinking Native American
With the woods
stuff.
and
Mm-hmm.
the water being close by.
Yeah, there's also a
Yeah.
river close by.
Because the binding, it is a binding. There's a boundary that's been set. And the thing is, I can't tell like whether the road was the boundary line or there was already a line and they just happened to put the road through where the boundary line is. Really feel like it happened that way. It just happened to be the place to put the road.
And we didn't spend much time out there either
No, we
Today.
didn't up front. Huh?
because there were too many people.
Yeah, it was very crowded on a Sunday. It's beautiful, 70 degrees outside. People hanging at a winery, having a good time.
You could bring your dog.
Yeah, you
Other
can bring your
dogs.
dog. You can bring your dogs. I guess you can bring a cat too if you want to bring a cat.
Bella tried. She
Yeah.
tried to put him in the suitcase.
We have a cat. We have our podcast dolls and ghouls. We brought them. I was just gonna bring my podcast doll when we travel. I'm gonna start bringing my pod doll and my ghoul. But then my other doll, like I got thinking like maybe she was gonna like kill me in my sleep or something if I didn't bring her down. So I felt like because she has an attitude. Bella left hers upstairs. Hers are upstairs. Hers didn't even get to come. So now she's got to deal with that as well. And they're gonna get sassy, and her mom's now looking at her like, great.
Well, yeah, because mine is the
Yeah,
sassy
we're
one.
all that's sassy.
She left and they said, bring the dolls. So we brought
We'll
the
have
dolls.
to take pictures of them.
We will put them various places and take it. The 1823 military trail. The trail is over 1,500 years old. So the trail, Miss Katie, the trail runs through
The property
the property? Is that what you're saying?
or close
Probably
by.
came through Cape Girardeau area, hooked around. That's the old French settlement.
Yes, correct.
Yes, correct. You can't see him, but he's here. He's like, that would be uncomfortable to sit up there with you all.
Well, then you couldn't have any room for the dolls. I mean,
Yeah, come on.
She has all the info on it. Well, that'll be good.
Yes.
if we get stuff, then we can compare afterwards.
Yeah, that would be good because we don't know. So
Yeah.
if we find something that should, yeah, we have no idea. That makes it even more special.
Yeah, the Spanish came through.
So that's even more. There's been a lot of
Spanish.
trauma. There's been a lot of trauma, and that would be why there's so many people. So I wonder, those things out there, like they don't know they're dead. They don't know what happened. It's like a whole thing. I did lots of talk on talk history last year on that trail. Okay, I did it.
I'm a history person too, but I usually try to go in blind so I don't influence her.
Yeah,
So I'll look into some stuff.
and I'm one of those that goes in blind in a lot of things, just because number one, I don't have the knowledge base historically, but I don't like to be influenced by anything, and to me, it's always a big treat when I nail something and we
Yeah.
find something and then somebody goes, that's the same story. It's very cool to be validated in that way. So we would rather do that. Well, guys, hang on. Fred Barber did the history talk and the video is on our historical YouTube page. So see, there you go, people. Get on the historical YouTube pages for, is that Supernatural Inc., Miss Katie, or is that a county name? Or go ahead and post that so that people can find that and look up, because, we want people to come out to these places. We're going to lose history. We're going to lose places like this. And even though it's a winery and it's a wedding place venue or a party venue, these places are so important for kids growing up to see, and adults even like my age at 62 to be able to get out here and see these things and learn the history, because I'm not historical. I am geographically and historically impaired. So when I come and I learn these things, to me this is exciting. Bella's 15 and
15.
And so she's like got this history and she's going in seeing it from a metaphysical standpoint and a historical, and we need to save these places so that kids can learn about these things and see what happened. No, Smithville, Missouri Historical Society. There you go. So get on there, and KD is the new president of Smithville Historical Society. Yay, shout out to KD. Way to go. That's awesome. We've got to preserve this stuff. And you watch these buildings come down, and to me that's so sad. The sadness that comes with the decay is just phenomenal.
That's what Bella wants to do, is historic preservation.
Yeah, I want to go into historic preservation and help save these older buildings from being erased from history. So
Yeah, like so many have been. I mean, we've been to so many great places. Like Arcadia is being rebuilt, and Arcadia is amazing. And the other one,
it's just now starting to get up and
And
going.
we travel a lot in the South with which preservation is bigger. So
Yes.
there's so much more to see and do.
We do a lot
We
of
lose a lot of it
historic
here.
traveling along with paranormal, because those two things go hand in hand.
absolutely they do. Yeah, keep that in mind. Like it is when we're going in and we're looking at these things and we're talking to these people. These are characters in history. These are people from our history, and to me that makes it super, super cool. And so it is like 10:03, and I know we started late. Please become a member. We need help. We need to help preserve Belvoir history. Yes, we do. And so many other places as well out there. And so we are looking forward to coming on live tonight and doing some things. And even if it's just like little short 15-minute blips, we're going to try to fire on and do some exciting things. But we're going to end this podcast so we can go do those things and bring you some fun things. And then you can watch our webpage for our results. And feel free to keep posting, because we go back. I always go back 24 hours later and 48 hours later and answer people's texts and stuff. So your posts. So if you've got something, we'll confirm or deny what we saw. We're going to tell it like it is. You're not going to get any bullshit here. If we find things, great. If we don't find things, that's great too. We got great food upstairs. And
you too seem to find things that other people don't find in places. It's not the expected thing.
Yeah, we find the dark corners and the goofy stuff that nobody else.
Things.
the hidden things that want to talk, and we're engaging conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Greg says, send me a membership form, please, Katie. Look at that. See, this is what it's all about. It's para-unity and historical societies and saving the stuff so that the spirits have a voice. Because if we save the buildings and people can go through and they can tour and see where people lived and where people grew and where people developed and things happened, then we're helping those spirits as well. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
And please always be kind when you go to these kind of places. Like, you know, don't pull a Zach Bagans.
He was here.
He was here. That's why I said that. Don't pull a Zach Bagans. Please go in and remember that this is their home. It is not your home. So be respectful when you come into these places. And there's no reason to shout at, scream at, condemn, call out, do any of the above. We are grateful to be in their house. And if they choose to speak to us, that's remarkable. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, I completely agree.
You know, we should always be kind and gentle. Love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. We should hold that up too. They have these in the rooms too, the ghost hunting magazines. That's pretty cool.
Got to sign one downstairs for sale.
RHS is in the old rescue squad building. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Greg. Well, until later on tonight, which some of you guys will go to bed, and then you'll have flips to watch tomorrow on the job because it's, Monday.
And I'll be recording and editing videos, so.
Yeah, she'll get her stuff out. Hers is always like polished and she does all that. I haven't figured out how to do that stuff yet, but we're working on that. We're going to learn. That's a project this summer. Love you guys. Until next week. We have a great guest coming up next week. He's with Blue Dog Drums. And we'll be talking with him, and so you'll have to wait and see that surprise. It's going to be great. Love you guys. See you next week. Thank you guys for being on.
Thank you for having us.